everybody? What's up, everybody? I should have tagged you guys.
It's okay.
That's
I don't
okay.
even know if I have an account, so that's fine.
I just got a notification because I get Periscope notitions for you.
Oh,
so
really?
It popped on my watch.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know why I had that. So once
oh,
you hit the
nice.
button,
No, I do, because it's because we're live on Periscope and on YouTube. Hello, Diacritical. And we're also on Twitch in case anybody is interested in watching on Twitch, because that's kind of new, but our YouTube base is growing, and that's really exciting. So we've got Tom Sauer here and his beautiful Natalie, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the cringiest names that millennials give their children, and that starts with this.
So this first stood out to me when I used to work at one of those places that is like a big warehouse full of trampolines that you take your kids to. They have them all over.
Like the indoor obstacle courses?
Yeah, so it'll have an obstacle course, trampolines, super dangerous, your kid's gonna break in half if you take them to these places. You have to sign away all your rights to their liability, whatever. So anyway, at these places you have to get all the kids waivers and make sure that their parents consent to the potential of them physically harming their bodies at these places. So that's where I have to get all these kids' names, and the worst thing is the kid says their name and you have no concept of how to even begin to spell it, and so you have to ask the kid hey kid, how do you spell that for me, I'm gonna need some help, and they get so offended and they just I have to spell my name for you again, because obviously, these kids, every single person in their entire life has asked them how to spell their name. And then you have to be oh my God, that's so pretty.
That's such a nice name. Wow.
That's such a nice name. And, that kid is just, set up for failure forever, because every time they're on the phone, job application or, trying to sign up for something or, check on their Amazon order, whatever.
Wait a second. Isn't that, your name? Pardes.
Yeah, but
you have to explain and tell everyone.
My name, I just call myself Paris. Whenever I go to Starbucks and I want to get a Starbucks.
So you have a pseudo name.
Yeah, and so whenever I don't feel explaining my name, and I can tell that this is not a person that I feel talking to for so long or don't really care, I'll just call myself Paris.
Okay.
And it's okay, I won't get into a conversation about my name. But sometimes it doesn't work because they're oh, Paris? I've been to Paris, and I took a trip there just last week, and it was great, and I went da-da-da-da. And so...
You're I didn't ask you.
Yeah.
That's another thing, people just love to tell you all about yourself, or if they think that there's something relevant that they need to comment on, they just bring it up and start telling you all about whatever. I, especially with having red hair, people just come out of nowhere and they're oh my gosh, red hair. Insert, judgment about people with red hair that...
Redheads are crazy!
Exactly. We're crazy, we have a hot temper.
But they are. Redheads are crazy. Every redhead that I know is I actually don't know a lot of redheads.
I'm her most well-adjusted friend. That's fine. Anyway, names.
Jackson with an X.
Jackson. Anything with an X. Anything replaced with an X. X's don't belong.
It's usually country white folks that usually.
By the way, can I say something about redheads? Being a boy redhead is being a girl redhead is hot.
I agree. That's the fact.
I think good-looking redheads are hard to come by.
Huh?
I think good-looking redheads are hard to come by, but when they're hot, they're really hot. It's just, maybe I'm biased.
No, that's true. That's true.
It's true.
If you're a guy redhead, I feel I was just with a guy redhead recently, and but if you're a guy redhead, I'm sure, it just depends. Okay, so yeah, Jackson with an X.
Anytime someone spells a name with an X, that's just unnecessary. That just doesn't make sense.
Javier with an X.
I one time saw a kid and their name was Javier. Like, that was how
You went by Javier?
Javier. But it was pronounced Javier, but it was spelled Javier. And I was like, like, that's not right.
It's like when you're like really, that's like a really white way of saying Javier. Was he like Hispanic?
No.
So it's like being like, I'm gonna order a quesadilla and corn tortilla and, you know,
Exactly.
I'm gonna take a drive down La Jala Avenue.
And I'm gonna have some guacamole on top. Like,
with my friend Javier.
let's see, what else? What's another
Well,
one?
like the entire, well, maybe they're not for millennials, but like kids now. So like I think with that all those Twilight movies,
Yeah.
every
gosh.
girl got named Bella.
Bella.
I
Tons
think
of
is that one of
Bellas.
the characters was from that, and now it's also now you got tons of like Game of Thrones kids.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a Daenerys and like.
Oh.
Okay, here's
People
another.
name their kid. That's like.
Here's another thing: is like old people names are super in fashion right now. So like I've heard of kids like little children being named like Edith and like Eloise, and I'm like, that's like a grandma name. But like, can you imagine like a little baby named like? Okay, so this is my dad's name, and I just always ponder this when I'm like laying awake at night. Like my dad at one point was a baby named Gary. Like,
Yeah, I
can
know,
you
think about
imagine that?
Baby named Gary. Gary?
Like a little baby named Gary. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of like viewers named Gary, and like they all went through that same experience. And they were
Yeah.
like, I just ponder that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof.
a baby named Harold.
Harold.
Harold. Well, actually, so my little baby nephew is named Henry.
That's
But he's
cute,
cute.
though.
He's
That's
cute.
cute.
He's like King Henry. We call him Little King Henry. And or Hank. Works.
Hank.
But like you were a little baby named Tom. Like a
Tommy.
tiny baby named Tom. Like,
Tommy.
Tommy is like.
It was Tommy.
Okay.
That's what I was. I was Tommy till I was like 20. So, yeah.
20 Tommy.
Sure.
Tommy 20.
Yeah. Let's see. What's some other bad?
I have a friend named Avery.
Okay.
Avery is like a unisex name. Like you can name your daughter or your son Avery.
Yeah, but then people start adding like an IE at the end and like a couple extra R's.
Or you can name your kid Marie Antoinette.
No. I got one actually. This sounds weird, but like I mean, my name is Tom Sauer, but every time I go anywhere, everyone always thinks it's Tom Sawyer. I've been getting that forever.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
That's
always
funny.
getting that. So that was always annoying. So I always have to correct
I never
people.
thought of that.
You just now thought of that? Yeah.
Apparently, someone's name is people name their kids Apple.
Apple.
Or you know
We're
which,
reading your comments, folks.
you know which name drives me nuts? The name Guy.
What's that about?
Oh, Guy, just the name GUI Guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew a guy one time. That's strange.
Yeah, it's like I knew a guy. Oh, my friend's coming. You know,
Right.
just guy, just a guy.
Mm-hmm.
What other names really grind me? Okay, this doesn't feel real, but I think this is real. Like people that are their babies' names are like A B C D E. Like that's a real thing.
That's
No.
a real thing.
No.
And it's apparently a real thing, but I just like won't believe it until I see it. I feel that way about everybody says like, oh yeah, like my cousin's mom is a teacher and she had a student named Ladasha, but there was just LA with a hyphen A, and I'm like, that is not real. Like I want to see like the birth records from the hospital of like somebody actually legitimately named Ladasha, or like this one comes up a lot. Lamangelo and Orangelo, and I hear that people tell people that joke all the time, like, oh, there's like a kid named Lamangelo, like lemon jello, and and I'm like, I hear you, but every single time I have this conversation with people, they bring up this like, oh yeah, and it's like such an urban legend. Like I would like to actually see this, so show me the proof, and I might consider believing you.
My dad
About
said
that.
apparently this lady named her kid No Smoking because she was in the hospital bed and like she didn't really like.
That's a joke too.
I
That's
don't know if
not
that's true.
real.
Yeah, my dad told me a lot of things that aren't real, and like the older I get, the more things I realize that my dad lied to me.
Yeah.
Like he told me, he told me that if I swallow a cherry pit, it will like, cherry tree will grow in my belly. And
or like if you swallow your chewing gum, it'll stay in your digestive system for 7 years.
Or that.
Yeah.
Did anybody hear that?
Yeah,
Or that.
I did.
Did they also tell you that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? No. That's too easy.
No, that's like actually pretty. That's a
Hmm.
dark revelation.
Wait. Music Head, you said I could text some stuff, but you think you should be kind. Who's got some bad names? Is Music Head? Yeah, does somebody have a bad name? Or a good one to share? Oh man, I'm trying to see some of these here. Is this like a gender reveal?
Oh my god, gender reveals. Let's talk about gender reveals.
Oh god. That'd be bad.
Okay, so people like literally hurt themselves having gender reveals.
I watched a video of gender reveal. Like someone died because like the
fireworks. Somebody crashed an airplane at one
gosh.
point.
Mm-hmm.
Like people get legitimately harmed from gender reveals.
Yeah.
I never even heard of gender reveal until just a couple years ago.
It's like basically when
it's like to get 2 baby showers out of one. Like instead of just having your baby shower, you have your gender reveal and your baby shower. So your gender reveal is like a party where everybody like celebrates like, oh, I want it to be a boy or I want it to be a girl. So everybody like comes with like a guess and then there's like the reveal. But I don't know. It's just silly to me that like blue has to be like for boys and pink has to be for girls. Like that's so silly.
No, we're not getting into that.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Well, do you think that in the old days that was a girl color and boy color?
No, I think that like
maybe in the olden days,
there's like history about this. I think because apparently all babies. So basically, the idea was like if you dress a baby in like pants, like that was equivalent to like if it was so weird and like unheard of, it would be like the same as if you dressed like a baby in like for instance something very feminine like lingerie. Like it would be weird. So they dressed all babies regardless of what they were, like the same. Like all babies just wore like just kind of a white dress like smock kind of thing. And so like it wasn't until like much later that they started like really truly gendering children, and that wasn't until like middle of the last century basically. That's allegedly.
And then like when they started walking, like
that's when you like start actually like when babies start to be like more their own person and less just like this dependent thing. That's when you start like
like that's when they start dressing like real like their own selves.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, I heard a podcast about it, so who knows?
I heard it on a podcast, so
that means it must be fact.
Expert. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do think it's kind of silly that we have special colors.
Yeah,
oops. Like it's just not not that it's bad. It's just like, well, I bet it wasn't like this in the olden days. Like I bet in olden days.
It's a pretty new thing, I think.
It was like yellow was for girls and green was for boys.
Who knows? Imagine if it was. Imagine if like our whole like on a different universe.
My whole world would get turned upside down.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently in Spain, pink is used for boys.
Oh, what? You wear pink.
It's late.
You wear pink sometimes.
Yeah, no, I'm not afraid to wear pink. Good. One of my best shirts, my best dress shirts is a pink shirt. Looks good.
Okay, that's all I have about baby names, though.
All right. So, any last words about baby names? Any last baby names you guys can think of?
No, I'm good. I'm exhausted, Pardes.
Okay, they want to leave, and so it's all their fault. You need to be mad at them.
Yeah, we have to go back.
Shame
We
on
have to
us.
go off according to somebody else. We have to go and have a threesome now. Apparently, that's what we're gonna do.
We're not doing that. You just said that on the internet.
Hey,
It was a
Sarah.
joke.
Sarah says, "Hey, Tom." Sarah, you know Sarah Salop?
Sarah, yeah. Hey, Sarah.
Sarah Salop. What's up, Sarah?
How are you? Hey, Sarah. Yeah.
I miss Sarah. Haven't seen her in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while either.
All right. So, okay. All right. So, last questions, everybody. I haven't put up the vlog that I was supposed to put up yesterday. I was supposed to upload it, but then I didn't like it, so I basically just deleted the whole thing, and I'm basically gonna upload another one tomorrow. So in case you were waiting for it, I don't know if you were, but in case you were waiting, it's gonna go up tomorrow. So if you're on YouTube, like this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and see you all Monday night. Monday nights are gonna be our next live stream.
Good night.